because even when we keep tabernacles right now, we have to keep it in our remembrance that this is just a step. This is just a building block because we're leading towards somewhere. We're going somewhere. Some of us have been keeping tabernacles, and you've been in the spirit. You truly have been in the topic, the title of this topic, which is being led by the Spirit. Because some of us been keeping tabernacles, and we entirely forgot. In a couple of days, I gotta go back to work.
Right.
I gotta go back to work. All the missed calls you have from your supervisor, you can't keep missing them. But you've been entirely in the Spirit. Because guess what? When you're here, you leave all your worries.
That's right.
All your problems in the world. You leave it behind. You leave it at home. How about that? Leave it at home. Leave it with your heathen, your Gentile cousin. How about that? Leave it with Larry. Because tonight, and all the other days that we had before, we're keeping what? What we're keeping? What? What?
Tabernacles.
What?
Tabernacles.
Tabernacles, right? We're keeping tabernacles. So we're leaving all our problems at home. We're leaving all our problems with the heathens. Because tonight, we're keeping tabernacles. So give me Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Honorable One Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
So, I always begin my class by make my people become aware that this, what you're doing right now, this is a very supernatural thing that you're doing. Other people don't do this. This is what makes you special. Because being a black and Hispanic, that doesn't make you special. Just being an Israelite by yourself doesn't make you special. Just sitting here doesn't make you special. Because the real special ones are in the kingdom. Khan? There you go. So what makes this so supernatural? It's because no one else is doing this. That's what makes something separated. That's what makes something special. When it's put to the side, you limit how many people can touch it. How many people can get around something? And that's what you're doing. You limit yourself around the people who can get near you. Who can stop you from keeping what? New moon, Shabbat, tabernacles. You limit that. And that's what makes you special. That's what makes this a supernatural thing. Because Christians do not do this. Catholics do not do this. I don't care if they call it Pentecostal. They don't keep Pentecost.
Right.
They don't. But you do. Because you're an Israelite. So read Colossians 3 and 17.
The book of Colossians chapter 3 and verse 17. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all in the name of the Honorable One Yahweh Shai, giving thanks to the Most High and the Father by Him.
Because unlike Christians, we understand the weight that comes around with that statement, with whethersoever in word or in deed. Because we're judged by what? When we die, we're judged by what? By what?
Every idle word.
By what?
Every idle word.
Idle words. So that's words, right? So in every word, in every deed, we go by Shem Masach Yahweh Shai. So because the words, we're going to be judged by that. Our deeds, we're going to be judged by that. Our works, we're going to be judged by that. You write down those scriptures, Matthew 12 and 36 to 37, right? You read Psalm chapter 6 verse 7, where David said it himself, right? And Ecclesiastes 12 and 14. Because we're going to be judged by our words and our actions. This is the reason why this is a supernatural thing that you're doing. Give me the book of John. John chapter 3. This won't be a long class, because after we get finished with this, we're going to get back to rejoicing and brotherhood and sisterhood. Open up the bottles of wine so we can drink moderately, like Yahushua said. Come on, bring that up. Hey, give a hand to that. Hallelujah. If it was a Christian church, they'll tell us don't drink at all. Give me John chapter 3, verse 5.
The book of John chapter 3 and verse 5. Yahweh Shai answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee.
What do you say?
Except a man be born of water.
What?
And of the Spirit.
So Yahushua gave Nicodemus, who came to Yahushua in the side, try to pull Yahushua's side to get the breakdown, right? Read it one more time.
And Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water.
Of what?
Of water.
Of who?
Of water.
Who understand what that water is?
The word.
The what?
The word.
Hey, give me a precept, man. We're dark Christians here.
Ephesians 5:26.
Read Ephesians chapter 5 to 26. The word. A vocab. What is it?
Yeah, that's good. Spot on.
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26.
Uh-huh.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water.
So unless you're being born again by the what? Read it again. Ephesians.
That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water.
So you can be washed by the washing of water. Read on.
By the word.
By the what?
By the word.
By the who?
By the word.
By the word. So this water is the word. Now what's the word?
John 6:63.
What's that?
6:63.
That's not the word. That's not the word that's being mentioned there. Because when you keep going in John 3 and 5, it says what? Verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water and of the Spirit. So now what you gonna do when I say what's the Spirit?
I will go to John 6:63.
Huh? Let's read that. Matthew chapter 2, verse 4. 4 and 4. Matthew 4 and 4. This is the answer for the water. What's the word? Because the water is the word. So let's see. Matthew 4 and 4.
The book of Matthew chapter 4 and verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
Ah, that's a good one. That's a good one. See, that's a good one. But I'm gonna tell you something. When you read John 3 and 5, go back to John 3 verse 5. You have to understand, this is not a terminology that you'll have called a statement without a difference. That's not what this is going on here. When you read John 3 and 5, it says what? Read again.
The book of John chapter 3 and verse 5. Yahweh Shai answered, verily, verily, I say unto thee, except a man be born of water.
So the water, Ephesians chapter 5 verse 26, right? So the water is the word, right? Read on.
And of the Spirit.
So now now it says the water, and then it says the Spirit. We're going to go into scriptures about the Spirit, and the Spirit says what? What's the Spirit?
6:63.
Huh?
John 6:63.
See now, you see? You're using the same precept for both the same terminologies. But there's a difference going on. The word that's being mentioned there in John 3 and 5, that word is Yahweh Shai himself. This is the reason why he compared it as water. Water and spirit. This is the reason why when Yahweh Shai was crucified, what came out of his side? What?
Water.
What?
Water.
Water. Physically. That was to show the people. He parabolically told the people you have to be baptized, but you have to be reborn in the water. But that water is physically Yahweh Shai. He is the word. That's why it calls him what? The word of what? The word of God. Give me the book of Revelations. But read Ephesians chapter 5 verse 26 again. Because this whole point is about explaining you being led in the Spirit. But it takes steps. Gotta take your time. I know y'all want to go back to rejoicing and partying, but give me some time, Israel. Don't stone me yet. Give me that.
The book of Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water.
Washing water.
By the word.
By the what?
By the word.
By the word. The word is the water that's washing you, making you clean, making you to stop being whatever you were, to be now what you are now. A man keeping the tabernacles, a woman keeping the tabernacles, right? So let's see what the word is. Give me Revelation chapter 19, verse 13.
All right, bring it out.
The book of Revelation chapter 19 and verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood.
What was he?
He was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name...
Hey, you have to start, Salakia. You may have to start from verse 10.
The book of Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Of the who?
Of Yahweh Shai.
So when you go further down into Revelation from 10 to 13, it starts to give the depiction about Yahweh Shai when he's coming back. How he's on this white horse, this thing that looks like a white horse, right? How he has many crowns upon his head, which means he's carrying upon himself many rulership, right? Read on. Jump down to verse 11.
Verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon it was called Faithful and True.
Faithful and true, come on.
and in righteousness he doeth judge and make war.
This is the reason why when you read Isaiah chapter 9 verse 13, it calls him what? He's the judge. He's the ruler of the children of Israel. He's the faithful father, right? These are all terminologies applied to Yahushai. But read on.
Verse 12.
Uh-huh.
His eyes were as a flame of fire,
Uh-huh.
and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. And his name is called the Word of the Most High.
What is he called?
The Word of the Most High.
So this is the word. When you read John 3 and 5, it says you have to be reborn, you have to be remade in what? The water and in the spirit. The water is the word. The word is Yahushai. You have to be made in Yahushai, and now you got to find out what's the spirit. Go back to John chapter 3, verse 5.
The book of John chapter 3 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Yahushua answered, Verily, verily.
Because you have to ask yourself, what's our goal here? What's our ultimate goal?
Go back home.
Go back home. And we call that what?
Kingdom of heaven.
The kingdom. We're trying to get back to the kingdom. Does it take just the word, the law to get back to the kingdom? Does it just take knowing not to eat pork to get back to the kingdom? Not to round the corners of your heads, to wear a dress, have fringes? Is that all it takes to get back to the kingdom? No, it doesn't. This is the reason why Yahushua gave us two statements: the water and the spirit. You need that law, but you need something else, and that's Yahushua. But go ahead. 3 and 5.
Con. The book of John chapter 3 and verse 5. Hamashiach answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee,
Mm-hmm.
except a man be born of water and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
So you can't enter into this kingdom without these two things, right? So now what's the spirit?
Can I say it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
John 6:63.
Read that.
Bring it out.
And if it's wrong, hey, I really want him to stand up and read it, just in case it's wrong. But read John 6 and 63.
It's on point now.
The book of John chapter 6 and verse 63.
Uh-huh.
It is the Spirit that quickeneth.
It's the spirit that quickeneth. Read on.
The flesh profiteth nothing.
Uh-huh.
The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit.
What are they?
They are spirit.
They are spirit. Read on.
And they are life.
That's when brothers get so happy you got the right script. They
Yeah,
repeat the scripture while the reader's reading it. But these words themselves, they are spirits. So when Yahushua said what? Be reborn in water. The water's Yahushua. Be reborn in the spirit. The spirit is this law. This is the only thing that can make you spiritual. Who got it as precept?
Romans 7 and 14.
Go ahead and read that. Romans 7 verse 14. You're on fire, huh, tonight.
That's right.
For tonight, you're on fire, huh? Come on, praises.
Lee County in the building. That's right.
And I didn't say all that. Romans 7:14.
The book of Romans chapter 7 and verse 14.
Uh-huh.
For we know that the law is spiritual,
Uh-huh.
but I am carnal.
We'll read it one more time.
For we know that the law is
There
spiritual.
you go. The law is spiritual. So it's the law that makes you spiritual because it's spirit itself. So these are the two components that you need that Yahushua is mentioning in John chapter 3 verse 5. Himself and the law of the Most High. Get John 3 and 5 one more time.
The book of John chapter 3 and verse 5. Yahushua answered, Verily, verily, I say unto thee,
Uh-huh.
except a man be born of water
Mm-hmm.
and of the Spirit, he cannot enter into the kingdom of the Most High.
So do we understand? The water's what?
Word and Yahushua.
The water's what?
The word and Yahushua.
The water's what?
The word and Yahushua.
The water is the word in Yahushua, and the spirit's what?
The words.
I'm talking to myself right now. Well, hey, what's the spirit? I want to know the nation of Israel. What's the spirit?
His words.
The spirit is the words. Khan, give the brother a hand.
Us.
He's sharp. I gotta put him in the bag. It's the spirit is the word in the Most High, right? So go ahead, jump down to verse 6.
Verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh,
Uh-huh.
and that which is born of the Spirit is spirit.
Uh-huh. Keep going.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, ye must be born again.
So don't be scared. Don't tear off because I told you you have to be born again. This is a term that he probably wasn't familiar with. Because nowadays, we'll use what? If I said I'm born again, what am I really saying? For example, give a perfect example. You're a brother, you're a young stud brother, and you was in a relationship. It didn't work out. You're trying to get back with that sister. What are you gonna say? You're gonna tell that sister
I'm a changed man.
I'm a changed man. I changed. So Yahushua's telling you what? For what? Read the scripture one more time.
The book of John, chapter 3, and verse 6. That which is born of the flesh is flesh.
No, verse 7.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Marvel not that I said unto thee, you must be born again.
So he's using a term that he's not familiar with. That's why he said he marveled at it. If he won't have to marvel, he said, change. Just be different. What you are is not working, right? So be this way. He wouldn't marvel at that, but he marveled as what? Being born again. The only born again I know is coming out of my mother. I don't understand any other type of born again. That's why Yahushua said that. Read on.
Verse 8.
Uh-huh.
The wind bloweth where it listeth.
So this parable is for us. Every brother and sister that's sitting here today, this is for us. Because when I tell you that it's a supernatural thing, that we're doing all things by word and deed, when I tell you it's a supernatural thing, that you're sitting here right now, you're fitting this title of this class, being led by the Spirit. Something spiritually led you here, to be here, to call off from your days of work. Not be at school, not be around the heathens and whatever. But you're here right now in the middle of a wilderness. In the middle of the wilderness with your brothers and your sisters, rejoicing in a power. Right? Read.
The wind bloweth where it listeth,
Uh-huh.
and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth.
So now this is an example. You hear the wind. You hear it. You heard it pass you, but you don't know where it came from. This is an example for men who are led by the Spirit. Men who have the Yahushua within themselves. Men and women who have the word within themselves. You're led by the Spirit. And people are going to see this. Well, you know, Brother Jerome, he usually here every Sunday. Where is he this week?
Right.
Why he called out 7 days in a row?
Right.
He's usually here. But he doesn't know.
Right.
You're born again.
That's right.
You're changed. You're a changed man. Right? Read it one more time.
The book of John, chapter 3, and verse 8. The wind bloweth where it listeth,
Right?
and thou hearest the sound thereof, but canst not tell whence it cometh and whither it goeth.
So it's just like you. Christians, heathens, are people who don't understand the God of this Bible, will never understand you. They won't. They're probably scratching their head right now. Where's Tiffany? Where's Shauna? Where is she this week? I haven't seen her for a couple of days. They're wondering right now because you're led by the Spirit. Hallelujah.
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 You're led by the Spirit, and that's the reason why you're here. Now, while all the Christians out there and all the Muslims and our people that are just bugged out, all of them are wondering where you are. Guess what? You're here under the safety of the Most High, keeping His tabernacles, being faithful over a few things.
Bring it out.
Right? Read.
So is every one that is born of the Spirit.
He's born of what?
Of the Spirit.
He's born of the Spirit. Let's give a hand to the children of Israel. Each and one of you are born of the Spirit. Christians are not born of the spirits. That's why we don't have to go looking for them. We know where they are. When it's December 25th, guess what? They're going to be at that office party.
Right,
That's where they're going to be at.
Right.
When it's time for Thanksgiving, guess what? They're going to be where? At home.
Right.
Not on the streets teaching the word.
Right.
They're not going to be where they're going to be at Saturday. We're going to be on the Sabbath. Club, player club, right? It's like they're gonna be at some places that shouldn't be mentioned, right? But you're gonna be where? At the Sabbath service. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, because you're led by the Spirit, and that's the reason why you're here. Read on.
Nicodemus answered and said unto him, How can these things be? Yahushua answered and said unto him, Art thou a master of Israel?
Are you Cleflo Dollar? Are you TD Jakes with all this money, and you're just the spiritual man of God
Right.
on the earth and representative of the Lord, and you don't know this? Right? Read on.
And knowest not these things?
Right? Read on.
Verily, verily, I say unto thee,
Uh-huh.
We speak that we do know,
Uh-huh.
and testify that we have seen.
So listen what Yahweh Shai just said. Read it one more time.
Con.
Speak it, say it with some real strong force.
Con. Verily, verily, I say unto thee,
Yahweh Shai said, listen, I'm telling you this. Read on.
we speak
Uh-huh.
that we do know.
We speak that we do know.
Con.
When we know, we say emphatically America's going to be destroyed.
That's right.
We emphatically say we're going to be redeemed by our Lord and King of Mashiach Yahushai. We emphatically say that because we know it. We're not saying things out of our mouths like Christians.
That's right.
That just say God's coming back one day. Jesus Christ in 2025. But no, because we're not Christians. We're Israelites. Hallelujah.
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 Read.
And testify that we have seen.
And we testify that we've seen a Mashiach Yahushai. That's the reason why we can go out in the streets. And that's why we can debate with our co-worker in the bathroom that a Mashiach Yahushai is a black man. We're able to do that because what? We're able to do that because we what? We know. We know. Give the brother a hand. Read.
And ye receive not our witness.
What?
And ye receive not our witness.
So now when you're missing a couple days because you're doing what? Keeping faithful to a few things, they don't understand that. They don't know where you are. And they don't know where you're going. And when America is being destroyed, they're going to think to themselves, where's Jerome? Where's Tyrone? Read.
If I have told you earthly things, and ye believe not, how shall ye believe if I tell you of heavenly things?
So is a wind something spiritual? It's something very natural. Sounds are natural. Khan? Khan. So he gave him very simple things, but he never understand that. For men who are not, women who are not, children who are not led by the Spirit, they will never understand you. Because you are a what? You're changed. Remember what we said before? He gave a good example, testimony. You're a changed man. And that's why they will never understand you. Give me that. Give me the John 14 and 17. John chapter 14, verse 17.
The book of John, chapter 14, and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not.
What does it do?
Seeth him not.
They don't understand this. Because they don't understand this. It's because the Spirit of the Most High is not with these people. It is not in this world, but it's with us. Hallelujah?
Hallelujah.
It's with us. It's within each and one of us that are here, that put our time to get tents, put our time to be out here for 7 days, sacrifice. Some brother said, I'm not coming in and working. I don't care.
Right.
Hey, my manager called me right now. How about this? Boom. He put his phone down. You know why? Because we're led by that Spirit.
Right.
Right? Read.
Even the Spirit of truth.
The Spirit of what?
Even the Spirit of
And the
truth.
Spirit of truth, which is the law. Psalms 119, 142. Write it down. Read on.
Whom the world cannot receive,
Uh-huh.
because it seeth him not.
It does what?
Seeth him not.
And they won't understand this. Some of us, we can't have the aspect in our, we can't have the feeling that we will just love everyone to be out here. We one day would love that. We would love it. It will feel good to just have this entire park filled with Israelites. It will feel great. It's a wonderful. It's a goal for us. Con?
Con.
But you have to understand. Matthew 22 and 14. What does it say? Read. Matthew chapter 22 verse 14. That answers that. Matthew chapter 22 verse 14. I would love it. I would love to never have to come across a Caucasian man ever in my life.
Hallelujah.
But Matthew 22 and 14.
Bring it out.
The book of Matthew, chapter 22, and verse 14.
I would love
Bring it
that
out.
every tent in here were filled with blacks and Hispanics, Israelites.
Bring it out.
I would love it.
That's right.
Hallelujah for that.
Hallelujah.
But read.
For many are called.
What it say?
For many are called.
What it say?
For many are called.
Many are called, but read.
But few are chosen.
But few are chosen.
Con.
And that's the sad thing about it. But few of us are chosen. So many of us were called, and that's why we're here. But we have to strive in the spirit and in the water, which is a Mashiach Yahushai, and the law, which is the spirit. You have to strive in these two things that we be a part of that chosen. Hallelujah.
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 Read. John 14:17.
The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive.
Actually, drop that. Give me Jeremiah 8 and 11. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11. Don't worry, Israel. I know I'm getting on your nerves. Listen, so the class won't be that long. We're gonna get into this a little bit, and then now you want it. Now you want it. What was that with y'all shot? Read that. Jeremiah 8 and 11, man.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly.
What did it say?
For they have healed the hurt
No,
of the...
Salakia. Read John. Go back to John. It was 14:17. There you go. Yeah, John 14:17. There's a scripture before that.
The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 17. Even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive,
Uh-huh.
because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him. For he...
14:27. That's what it was. Salakia. Don't worry, Akil. I got you. John 14:27. Come on.
The book of John, chapter 14 and verse 27.
What did Yahushua say?
Peace I leave with you.
What did he say?
Peace I leave with you.
Peace I leave with you. For each and one of us sitting here, Yahushua left with us peace. When the whole world wants us dead right now, they're plotting every day. There's scriptures on that. Every day they rise in the morning, practicing their crafts to make sure that you're destroyed. You don't find your heritage. You don't get out of being a black and Hispanic. You remain under the poverty line of confusion and ignorance. They want you to remain there. But guess what? Yahushua said he left us with what? He left us with something. What is it?
Peace I leave with you.
He said, I leave you with peace. I leave you with peace. But read on.
My peace I give unto you.
So what does that mean? I leave you with peace. But read on. Read one more time.
Not, Salakia,
Keep going. You got it?
not as the world giveth,
What did it say?
not as the world giveth,
That's the point. What does that mean? I leave you with peace. I leave you with shalom. But what does that mean? I leave you shalom, not like the world gives it to you. So to us who are led by the Spirit, what does that mean? Who got it? Huh? He said, I leave you with peace, but not like the world gives it to you. What does that mean? It means he what? He means it. He means it. When the world tells us peace, when the world tells us, go ahead and go in the park and keep, you're so-and-so. Go. When the world tells us any of these things, we don't believe it. Because they don't have good intentions for us. They don't have good intention for any one of us. So when Yahushua say he leave us peace, he means it. When we'll be able to, even in these last days, when we can see America falling every single day, we're still able to gather together and do what? Keep the tabernacles, keep the Passover, keep the Pentecost, keep the new moon, the Shabbat. Even though Satan knoweth he have but little time.
That's right.
Even though the Caucasian man knoweth he have but little time. Guess what? Peace I leave unto you. Yahushua leaves to us peace. Read on. You got a precept? Go ahead and read your precept.
the book of Psalms chapter 91 and verse 7.
Uh-huh.
1,000 shall fall at thy side.
What do you say?
1,000 shall fall at thy side,
Uh-huh.
and 10,000 at thy right hand.
Uh-huh.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
And that's the peace of Yahushua. And all the dangers and all the evils that's coming onto this last day, Yahushua said, I leave you peace. And he's not speaking to none of our people who are not led by the Spirit, man. So each and one of you, Yahushua is speaking to you. Brother, sister, and child that's sitting here today. He leaves you peace. So when you come back to your heritage, when you want to keep the commandments, when the whole world is against you, he leaves you peace. Read on. Because we cannot have gathered this many people during a pandemic,
Right.
and we're trying to keep Christmas out here.
Right.
That wouldn't have worked. The Caucasian man would have came for you tonight. It would have not worked. Especially if you're trying to keep Thanksgiving, Juneteenth. No. Juneteenth? No. It's not going to work. But because we're coming here not for ourselves, but for the Most High to keep His laws, right? In the name of Mashiach Yahushai,
Right.
guess what? Peace I leave unto you.
That's right.
No disturbance. Read on. Go ahead. From John.
The book of John, chapter 14, and verse 27.
Uh-huh.
Peace I leave with you.
Uh-huh.
My peace I give unto you.
Uh-huh.
Not as the world giveth.
Not as the world says it. Because when we lose our brothers and our sisters through gun violence, when another police officer has taken the lives of another Israelite male or woman or child, they gives us peace by giving us Black Lives Matter. They give us peace when our women are having all these children, when all these no good our people who are ignorant and defiled by ignorance. Guess what? They sleep with our women. They impregnate them. Now guess what? They give us peace by what? Parenthood, Planned Parenthood. That's the peace they give to you. But Yahushua gives us true peace. So let's get an example. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11. Jeremiah chapter 8, verse 11. Let's see the difference. Because we take the rewards, we take the gifts from Yahushua. Yahushua is not going to give us no disturbance during the high holy day of tabernacles, during the Sukkot, during the Passover. Nobody's going to come in there trying to bring a Hennessy bottle to the Passover, trying to sneak out the room with some lamb in a Ziploc bag. That's not going to happen. Because Yahushua promised us peace. Read.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8, and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people
And what do they do?
slightly,
Uh-huh.
saying, peace, peace.
What they say?
Peace, peace.
The world says what?
Peace,
The
peace.
Caucasian man says what?
Peace, peace.
He says peace, peace. Why are you getting so angry? Yeah, little Jimmy died, but BLM, Black Lives Matter. White woman came up to me in my place of business, and she told me, "I love your hair. Black Lives Matter." and another Caucasian behind us looked at her like, "Don't you know Black Lives Matter already?" I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
Listen, you're going to captivity. You're going to captivity. Read that one more time.
For they have healed the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly,
Uh-huh.
saying, peace, peace.
They say peace, peace. Read on.
When there is no peace.
What was there?
When there is no peace.
What happens?
When there is no
With
peace.
Christmas?
When there is no peace.
And there will never be peace here.
That's right.
Every day we do this, every year we keep tabernacles, we have our mindset toward the kingdom. Because guess what? There will never be peace here in America. There will never be peace while our people are enslaved, while our people are in oppression, while our people are in captivity. There will never be peace here. But guess what? This is only a step. Because we're going to the kingdom. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
We want the kingdom. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Read.
Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination?
And they weren't ashamed of that. Black Lives Matter, that's the perfect name. They were sitting together in some pyramid-shaped room. They're coming up with all these terminologies. Colored people love colored people. Black people are the best. One person stand up. Black Lives Matter. Wait, you gotta say like a Edomite. Black Lives Matter. So, so now we're calling it Black Lives Matter, right? But guess what? Peace, peace, Yahushua leads unto us. But the peace of this world is to no avail. Read.
Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination?
Jump down to verse 15.
Verse 15.
Uh-huh.
We looked for peace.
What do we do?
We looked for peace.
And we look for peace. We look for it. Because guess what? We look for peace. Well, if I don't go to Christmas with them, they might not give me that bonus I want. Or better yet, we look for peace. A lot of our people strive by coming out of the Christian church. A lot of our people see there's no God there. A lot of our people see that there is no power helping them in their lives. So guess what? They form things like what? What's that thing called? It has the same thing like this. What is it called? Kwanzaa? Who's keeping Kwanzaa in 2021? Who's really keeping Kwanzaa?
Right.
We look for peace. We look for things for ourselves. But guess what? It's to no avail. Because the only way for us as Israelites is to come back to our heritage, our laws, our culture, our God, man, and our King. Right? Read.
We looked for peace, but no good came.
Uh-huh.
For a time of health, and behold, trouble.
What?
Behold, trouble.
What happened?
Behold, trouble.
I came together to just, link up, a little kickback. What happened?
Behold, trouble.
Not when it happens when it's tabernacles. No. I'm not just linking up with so-called black and Hispanics. No, I'm an Israelite and I'm keeping tabernacles with Israelites.
That's right.
That's what I'm about to do. I'm not linking up to something. I'm being led by the Spirit, and that's why you won't understand that. This is the reason why I'm gonna go missing for 10 days. Because I'm being led by the Spirit with the Akim and Aquafium. That's what I'm doing. Read.
The snorting of his horses were heard from Dan.
Verse 18. Read.
Verse 18.
Uh-huh.
When I would comfort myself against sorrow, my heart is faint in me.
What happened?
My heart is faint in
And
me.
we'll do all of these things. Some of our people will get so far as, I like called being Jew. And then you go to being Jewish.
Right.
How you go so close to being a Jew and then you go to Jewish? You're an Israelite. That's what you are.
Right.
So you'll comfort yourself, but what happened? What happened?
My heart is faint in me.
And there's nothing to being Jewish. You'll get so close to who you are, to your heritage, and then boom. It's not that. Being a Christian is not it. Being a man of God is not it.
Right.
But you being your heritage, an Israelite, keeping these feast days, that's it right there. That's what soothes that pain that's been in the back of your lower back for this long. That's what it is. Read.
Behold, the voice of the cry of the daughter of my people, because of them that dwell in the far country.
Give me Psalms 127, verse 1. Psalms chapter 127, verse 1.
The book of Psalms, chapter 127 and verse 1. Except the Most High build the house.
What happened?
Except the Most High build the
So our
house.
people will strive. They'll make things like Kwanzaa. They'll make something. They'll even take this. They'll do things that's close to the truth.
Right.
They'll come close. They'll do things that'll be close to the mark.
Right.
But if I shoot that ball when I'm at the court and it doesn't go into the hoop, guess what? You missed. Bow, backboard. And you didn't hit the hoop. So guess what? Every time our people get close to doing things that are similar to our heritage, similar to keeping the laws. If you're not keeping the laws, if you're not at tabernacles with the light of Zion, if you're not here, guess what? You missed the mark.
Time.
You got something that's not going to soothe your pain, right? That ache. It's not going to soothe it. Read on.
They labor in vain that build it.
What happened?
They labor in vain that build it.
And the Most High, He aided us here at the light of Zion. Every brother and sister, every brother and soldier and captain and priest, every brother that's here at the light of Zion, you aid for the building of here. And because of that, the Most High was with us. The Most High is with us. This is the reason why we're able to have this tabernacles here in this park, man. This is the reason why we're able to have this, especially during a pandemic. We're able to have this because the Most High is with us, and He built this up for us. Read.
Except the Most High keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
So this is the reason why during the pandemic, you saw all those Christians, a lot of them, especially my grandmother, she's a Christian, she wasn't able to go to church. When all those celebrations was passing, Christians love Easter, and it's just the best day to come with the biggest hat. She wasn't able to go. Because guess what? If the Most High didn't build the house, the people who labor in what?
In vain.
And what?
In vain.
And what?
In vain.
In vain. Same way the white man built America. He labored in vain.
Time.
Because all of this laboring and all of this establishing these cities, and you name it after his famous killers, guess what? All of this is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
But us here at the light of Zion, what we built for ourselves, this will never be destroyed.
That's right.
What we're doing right now, this unity is a beauty before the eyes of the Most High, and this would never be destroyed. Hallelujah!
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 Hallelujah! So I won't stay too long. I know they don't. I've been holding on. I keep saying that, hoping they put those rocks down. But you know what?
Teach them.
I want to say, give me Jeremiah 3:22.
Teach them, bring it out.
They don't understand. Because if it's not built by the Most High, guess what? They labor in vain. But for the white man, he can continue laboring in vain. Go ahead, keep doing it. Build that sandcastle as much as possible. Put the little special little symbols and stuff. Put a little flag on the top. Because guess what? The Most High, he's going to send Yahushua. He's going to be that bully that's going to come up on the beach and kick that sandcastle down. Right? Read it.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 3, and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Return, ye backsliding children.
That's the only thing the Most High wants from us. You want to see America be destroyed? Khan?
Khan.
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 You want to see our oppressors be oppressed? Khan.
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 You want to see all of that? Then read that one more time.
Return, ye backsliding children.
That's only what the Most High is asking for. He's not going to act sweetly.
Right.
But guess what? Each and one of us sitting here, you heard that call. You heard it. The Most High gave his call out. He called you out. And guess what? You heard it. And that's the reason why you're sitting here right now. Read.
And I will heal your backslidings.
What's going to happen?
And I will heal your
He's
backslidings.
going to heal that pain in the back of my back.
And I will heal your backslidings.
He's going to heal that backsliding. All that things you were doing back there. He's going to heal you. You're going to be a changed man. Right? Read.
Behold, we come unto thee, for thou art the Most High, our power.
Uh-huh.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills.
What did the Lord say?
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills.
Truly in vain is Christmas. It's Thanksgiving. It's Halloween. Kwanzaa. What's some other some good stuff our people do? Easter. What is it, sister?
St. Patrick.
I need another. I need a black one. I need a black one that's done in the hoods a lot. What's a black one? Huh? What you said? Hey, that's a good one. Labor Day. You know Negroes love Labor Day. What? Martin Luther King? Nah, they don't.
420.
What's the? Huh? 420. Truly in vain is 420. That's a good one. Fully in vain is 420.
Right.
But guess what? We do this in the Most High Yahweh Shem HaSek Yahushai.
Right.
Read it one more time.
Truly in vain is salvation hoped for from the hills,
So truly in vain is salvation hoped for in the hills. Read on.
and from the multitude of mountains.
In the multitude of mountains, there is no salvation. There is no hope in these nations. Because when you read the scripture of mountains, sometimes it's being parabolically mentioned by a government, a nation. There is no hope in these nations. Read on.
Truly in the Most High.
What?
Truly in the Most
For
High.
us at the light of Zion,
Truly in the Most
for
High.
every Israelite in the four corners of this earth,
Truly in the Most High.
we're truly in the Most High. Read on.
Our power.
Our what?
Our power.
Whose power?
Our power.
America's power?
Our
In
power.
God we trust.
Our
And
power
our power for every so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American. Read on.
is the salvation of Israel.
And give a hand to the Most High Yahweh Shem HaSek Yahushai, because Yahushai left us with what? Peace. So I want to say shalom to the nation of Israel. All praise to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because guess what? You know what? The Most High is truly merciful. So let's stand and face to the east to do this prayer.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's the power.
Hashem!
Yahushua.
Hashem!
Yahushua.
Psalms 133 in Lashon Kodash. Repeat the Hebrew. Shayar. Hama Aidwa. Ladawan. Hana. Ma. Tawam. Wama. Nayam. Shabbat. Hakim. Gam. Yakam. Kashaman. Hatawam. Au. Haraash. Yoran. Au. Hazakwan. Zakwan. Aharan. Shayaran. Au. Payam. Madawafiwa. Katom. Kamwawan. Shayaran. Au. Harayam. Taziawan. Kaya. Sham. Tazawam. Yahweh. Af. Habakkuk. Hayayam. Ain. Alawam. Bahashem. Amasiak. Yahushai. The water. Kamyad. Aman. Read in English.
The book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head, that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garments, and as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there Yahweh commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. By Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua, the water, the Yad, Aman.
Give me a hand.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
So it doesn't matter of any invaders that came here to disturb our peace, because Yahushua left to us what? Peace. What?
Peace.
What?
Peace.
What?
Peace.
So it doesn't matter what invaders that came here to disturb our peace, because guess what?
Bring it
We're
out,
gonna
out.
celebrate in the name of the Most High, Yahweh Shema Yahushua,
That's
because
right.
today's the tabernacles. Hallelujah!
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah!
Bring it out, Doc.
So I'm gonna start off hot. I don't know all the songs, so when I get to heaven,
When I get to heaven,
people gonna say,
people gonna say,
how you earn your living,
how'd you earn your living?
how you earn your pay.
How'd you earn your pay?
I'll reply with a little bit of anger,
And I reply with a little bit of anger.
earning my living as an Israelite ranger.
Earn my living as an Israelite ranger.
I carry my Bible by my side.
I carry my Bible